All right. So I think few of you already have attended my sessions, and most of my session used to be PowerPoint presentation heavy. And today I was decided, or I already had decided that I will not be going through any PowerPoint. So whatever I will be showing or I will be talking about based on last 1.5 year that I was working on. And it was 7:45 or means 15 minutes before I thought, okay, no, let's have at least one PowerPoint. So to create a PowerPoint, I had only 10 minutes. So what I had readily prepared is I had the idea, okay, this is what I need it for. So from ideations to creating the PowerPoint took me from ideations to PowerPoint, it took me around 6 to 10 minutes to come up with that PowerPoint. But the goal is here today is not to talking about how to build a PowerPoint, but this is the power of AI that we are talking about. So what I will be talking about, I'll quickly share my screen and show you the PowerPoint that it has created. I will drive you one by one. Our goal is we're talking about some of the fundamentals of AI that currently everyone is listening. Then we will be going into a demonstration how a product can become a product, how an idea can become a product. So your ideations, though it takes more engagement the day you will be going into and you will be learning, but we will show a quick demo in 30 minutes or 45 minutes that this is how we can ideate and this is how we can build it. And everyone today, everyone can build a product, because coding or the syntax is not the thing that you need to learn. You need to learn how you can ideate, how you can make visions. And that is what the key important area is. So let me share back my screen, though Niladri cannot run a webinar without sharing a screen. So product development has shifted from months long rely on a minutes long conversation. So if we think about what exactly, though it's not 4 to 6 weeks for building a hello world, but the key differences over here is earlier before this AI, how we used to build uh, our product, or how we used to build our development. We go for product management. They used to write a code, designer draws it, developer code it, QA tested it, and we got a product kind of 4 to 6 months for a initial some functionalities. Now, as of now, what is happening in 4 to 6 minutes, and that is what we will be demonstrating the AI world. You will describe it and AI design and code it, and it will be ready for, that is what we call as a vibe. So the fundamental change in a shift from syntax to intent or coding is no longer about syntax, it's semicolons and brackets. It is about logic and intent, what you want the app to do. So the primary area is everyone, you have some ideas, you are interacting with many people, you are interacting with many business needs, and some point of time you may be thinking, okay, this could be automated or this can become an app. But earlier, what happened is we started thinking about, okay, who will be designing, who will be coding, what the infrastructure, how much time we will be taking. But nowadays, if you have the idea, you will be able to build it within 1 or 2 days to the prototype, and you may be able to construct it a full-fledged application in 1 month or 2 months. So I am building many products. There are 5-6 products at a time I am building, and I am the only one person who is the product manager, who is the developer, who is the designer, who is doing everything. But I have multiple developers as an AI agent. So many of you might have heard these terms like AI agents or agentic AI, or you may heard about something called vibe coding. Anyone have heard about or want to say something about what is AI agent and what is agentic AI, or what is generative AI and what is an AI agent? Anyone? It's not necessary that you have to be right. Whatever you have in your mind, yeah, Monica, please go ahead.
Yeah, as per my understanding, agentic AI, if we are considering, so the AI agent have the capabilities to understand the command to take the corrective action, to take the necessary action, then they can take the action in series. Like if I give you the example, suppose we are asking the AI agent to book our flight ticket. So they are going to take series of steps to fulfill this need. They will check
Okay.
what all flights are available. Based on that, they will take the series of steps and then they will fulfill what was like asked them to do. That is
Okay. Right.
agentic AI. If we go with the generative AI, so generative AI will provide us the answer of question which is already fed into the system, as per my
Right, that's
understanding.
correct. So when we talked about generative AI, if you think about what is generative AI or even AI is, this is, think about a face which does not have a body, no hand, no legs, but they can hear, they can see, they can speak. So that's an AI. So AI have a very powerful brain, but they cannot do anything. You ask, okay, can you do that? Because they don't have a hand, they don't have legs, or they will not be able to execute any work. So that's my AI. So to make it as an AI agents, we will add hands. It can have one hands, two hands, three hands, four hands, means how many tools you are attaching. So as Monica mentioned that, okay, we want you to analyze the internet and find out the cheapest cost, then book my ticket. So booking my ticket or I'm doing an analysis from internet, those are two different tools we are attaching. So whenever you are building an agent, you think about for your agent, what are the tasks you want to assign to that agent. And that's become our agentic AI. So we will looking into a couple of terms. Generative AI. What is generative AI? Is a creative intern. Agentic AI is a project manager with keys to the offer. So what is generative AI? The creative intern. Models like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. What it does? You can ask for a poem, code or email. It writes it instantly. So it waits for your command. It does not do anything outside the chat. But when you will bring up an agent, what it is, the system that can plan and use tools. So what it does, you can update the website or you can ask it to update the website or open the files or edit it or run a test and tells you what it does. So similarly, if you want to build a product, you want the agent to do a code, the agentic AI will help you to write the code. What it needs, the context, the intent that they want, right? And Gen AI is a writer, while agentic AI is an employee who has access to your laptop. We will see in demonstration. You might have heard about this term RAG. So RAG, what is the full form of RAG? Anyone?
Red, amber, green.
Sorry? No, not that one. So RAG, any AI that you see how exactly that works, AI works based on their knowledge base. That is what the power of AI, right? So the knowledge you have, there are two ways. If you chat with ChatGPT, so ChatGPT has their huge data center. They have their huge knowledge base. Now you ask, okay, can you tell me the temperature of July month on those regions? So this is a generic information, they can get it. But now you can say, okay, can you tell me the temperature of different cities that I am flying on this date to this date? Now this information is very restricted information based on your context. So you cannot have that information if readily available for that. So AI needs to retrieve that data. And that is what we call RAG, retrieval augmented generation. So it will generate based on what the data you are providing, it retrieve it. So RAG gives you AI an open book to your private data, eliminating and any hallucinations they will eliminating. So the problem, AI models hallucinate. They don't know your specific company data. So standard AI most of the time will be not able to give you the right answer. So if you're building a code and it does not have a connect with your database structure, it will create the code where the field may not match with your database. So we need to define in some way so that it will automatically read your database. It knows, okay, this is what the database fields are. So if I am writing a code for inserting data, updating data, it knows and write it in that way. So that's the solution. Instead of forcing the AI to memorize facts or training, we give it a textbook, your PDF or databases, to look up the exact answer before writing it down. Anyone, any questions so far?
Niladri, one quick question. This RAG, does it apply to both agentic as well as generative, or is it just generative one it is
See,
applicable
agentic,
under?
it needs for, it depends on what is the agentic AI that you are building. Few agents may not need your RAG. For example, you created an AI agent, you asked, okay, I will provide an URL, you go scrap and generate all the data from that website and create a summary document for me. So it doesn't need that. Now you say, okay, you and AI every day morning, you will look into all the people traveling today. You need to book their cab, whoever is traveling from my organizations, and send us back their cab details. So this one, you need to give them some access to a database that, okay, these are my employees. Out of those 30 people, these 5 people are traveling today. This is their travel points. So what will be the cab? Who are my vendors? So AI agent will look for, okay, at different cities, who are the different vendors, and they will book it for them. So this is what the agentic AI is primarily. Though few areas, some point of time, we think, okay, without AI we can do, but some point of time AI is comes into picture. What booking, if you do a good automations, booking a cab can be done, but which if you wants to plot a route based on those 20 employees, what will be the route of the cab, that AI can bring up, or AI can apply their machine learning areas to build up the optimal route. But we will go into that little later. So far, whoever have joined, how many of you thinks, okay, AI is just a hype, or do you think AI really have a power? How many of you think that AI actually have some power? I will show you the power of AI after looking into the demo. You may realize after 2 years, there will be the need of developers will not be that big. So the developer will be in demand who actually leverage the way we are doing. So think about 25 years back, people were criticizing about computer. Bank employees are thinking, okay, this will eat up our job. But eventually, that's actually giving more job opportunities when computers came in. Some point of time, if you go little, I'm not sure what's your age, in India, 30 years back, our moms and dad used to weave sweaters. And then there was a point of time when machines started creating or manufacturing the sweaters, and we were started comparing and saying, okay, oh, this is not good, this is machine compared, the design looks good, but this is machine made. Why we used to show that? Because we had an emotional connect with what we already were using. That mom or my aunties, who were waving these sweaters. But eventually now today you can see there is no hand weaving sweaters is there, because we used to adopt it. So similarly, as of now, we are at a turning point. Few people are still thinking, should I move out from my comfort zone? Because I am doing happily, I'm getting my salary, whatever the need I have. But over the world, what exactly happening is AI is adopting or replacing the developers' needs so rapidly. If you don't see it, you will not be believing it. So many of my colleagues who were at a big positions and doing development, they were saying, okay, what you are doing AI, what it can do. Then I gave a demo and they said, it's okay, it will eat up all the developers' job. So at least if you are aligned with that, if you are practicing it, you may able to be differentiate yourself from others. So let's move ahead when we will talk about the next slide. The new product lifecycle is a 5-step conversations with your AI copilot. Now, when we talk about, I think someone of you mentioned that organization is bringing up as copilot. For my experience or whatever I have experienced so far, copilot is not having that power that other agents that we will be demonstrating. There are many ways to build code, but Copilot is not actually able, because many people says, okay, this is the power of AI. They just do one or two types of tools and they says, okay, no, this is not working. But that's not actually the case. You need to use the right tools to get the right value. So ideation and strategy, visual design, vibe coding, refinement and deployment, and brainstorming with a super consultant. So when you are ideating, how you can ideate? You can visual design, you can create a visual design. We can have a vibe coding, building the engine. And then this is where we will be spending most of the time. And then you can refine, you can actually build your automated checker that will check it and define it. And then finally, auto deployment. These are the key stages that everyone follows. I think you may be following or anyone doing that development. If you think about a product-based company, or if you think about a service-based company, whenever you're building an application, this is the steps going through. If you are into Agile, if you are into a Scrum Master, if you are a developer, if you are a QA, do you think anything apart from this involved? Anyone?
No, Niladri, this is
So
the bare
Neeladri, only
minimum.
one question. After deployment, we do the support, and then if there are any problems
Yeah, that's
after
there.
deployment.
So our goal is to
Okay.
deploy it, and then that
Yeah.
support can also be automated. But one thing that
Okay.
AI cannot do over here is before the step one, because you need to come up with your vision that, okay, this is what I want. AI can definitely give you some idea, but based on your geographical location, based on your business customers, or what you wants to build, you are the best person to validate the idea. And we will be seeing how we can come up with that. So step one, ideation. Start by asking AI to roast your idea into a bulletproof plan. The roast techniques. The techniques, don't just ask for ideas, ask AI to critique your ideas. So example, we need to write prompt properly, act as a clinical CTO, roast my app idea and tell me why it failed. So this is one of the critical information. When we write to AI, what we most of the time doing a mistake is we assume AI knows everything, but you need to define. AI always try to make you happy, and that's why if you say I think this is wrong, they will say yeah, this is wrong. I says okay, this is right, and that's why I need that. So they will not be act as a critic. So you need to explain, okay, tell me 5 reasons why it will fail. So this is the way you need to validate your ideas. So when we will do with even coding or even building something, defining the context is important. So recommended tools, you can use ChatGPT Plus, Claude, Sonnet, Perplexity, whatever you do, and the output, a solid PRD document requirement that you want to create, and you need this text to feed the coding AI later. So I need to create something, and now the all those tools are bringing up the integration. So for example, Perplexity or Claude, they will connect with Atlassian. They will create the you just define and finalize the idea, it will create your Jira tickets. So Jira and everything can be handled by your AI. We'll look into that. So once we have that ideation, now, how many people you are having here, and think about that, okay, let's create a quick app that we can build. What's your idea? Anyone, any idea that you have, okay, that's a unique idea. You will keep your idea, will not build or hijack your idea. Anything?
Facebook marketplace wherein AI can write the descriptions and communicate with potential buyers.
Okay. So you want the AI can speak. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it can engage in conversation with people who have expressed interest in the products that I've posted on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, great. All right. Anyone else? Okay, so we will see how we can build an idea. Step 2, you now design with words, not boxes, to generate production ready code. So a modern dashboard for a pet hotel, dark mode, neon green accents, large cards for dogs. This is what the prompt will go. It will generate the entire UI that you can see over here. So this will take how much time? 1 minute, 30 seconds to build your entire UI. It will generate the code of AI. You just inject it within your source code. Earlier, think about that. You gave your designer, okay, this is what I need to build. They will be taking 2 days or 3 days to build a prototype, something like that. And how it works, you don't drag and drop boxes in Figma. You type your desired interface in plain English. Why this matters? You get code and React Tailwind, not just the picture. And recommended tools, you can have V0, Vercel, Lovable, and Galileo AI. But this is something they are not talking about that I use mostly is called Stitch. Anyone heard about the tool called Stitch? No?
No.
All right. So we will quickly look into a demo about building. So think about, anyone give me an idea of one tool that you wants to build.
Sorry, Niladri, so I didn't get the context. So we want to create an app or a specific tool.
Yeah, so think about any idea that a product I wants to build, a web application. Let's go with a web application or even mobile application, that this is what I need to build. So when we were here on our step 1, where is my step 1? Yeah, so in step 1, we have ideation. So if I want to build that idea, I think most of you already know how to use that ChatGPT. I will just quickly demo that how you can build a UI for that. And I will like everyone, you also give it a try at the same time to build an UI so that you can see, okay, this is wow. So I will come up over here. All right, so give me any ideas.
Okay, Niladri, I just want to create an application where I'll just inject my resume and it will go to LinkedIn and apply all the recommended jobs. Something
Great.
like that.
So we will not be building that, but what I will be doing is first we will do an ideation. So ideations, you can use any LLM like Gemini, ChatGPT. So if I go into Gemini's and Google Gemini, Google Gemini is also now good for creating your UI, but we will be using Stitch. So I have a product idea. Now, whenever you think about a product, you need to always think about that this product is for my personal assistant or this is for my business assistant. Means, will it be creating business for me or this is just my personal assistant? So what you mentioned, it's kind of a personal assistant app. It will be for posting my resume to LinkedIn based on my roles, right?
Yeah.
Arun? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will say, okay, I will not be going into research mode. Typically what happens is you should go into a deep research mode where it will be taking 3-5 minutes to do all the researching and come up with the details result. So what I used to do, I will quickly show you my best practices that I do whenever I do research. Nila 3, which one? No, not this one. That's the same one. All right, so it's already opened. I will be showing you what I do. I think few of you already know I am a Jira fan. or I use lots of Jira and Confluence. So all my business ideas or research that I do, I put it inside a research document so that I can refer, I can make them into a comparison mode. So if you look into my recent space that I was actually working on, where is that? Yeah. So over here, I did some research on something. So if you go into the research, I have some areas like AI generation. If you see, for one generations, I have actually had a discussions with multiple of those LLM, and this is all what they talked about. And if you are actually looking at the camera, I spent some time on the ideation. So if you see, this is I already have printed out, and I will be analyzing them. But this is live what I am doing. So over here, I need to use pen and paper because ideation and formation is the time where we will be working on primarily. So once you have that, you will be able to start with. I say, can you give me some important modules and products, modules and features. So it will somehow generate something, but you cannot do it in that fast. It will, you may need to do some researches, and that is what we do. Normally we have a 5 days workshops on kind of 40 hours where we go each and every steps, and where everyone can build that app, starting from creating your infrastructure, then build it, deploy it, making it an automations, and that way. All right, so it's created something, the core modules, the persona vault, the transformation engine, the publishers and key features and something like that. Now, what I will be doing, whenever you ask AI, don't assume that I will give everything to AI and they will generate every result, because AI always have a limitations on input tokens and output token count. So if you expect them to come in details, you also need to go step by step. So the core modules, it said architecture, the persona vault. This is where the user stories and raw data. User might be a full stack developer, but also a technical. So you says, okay, this is the idea. You can actually put it into Jira or something. We will be talking about that. Now I want to build more details. Can you give me details on this module and a data structure to save the data, and I just paste that. So what it will be doing, it will go deep dive into creating that. It will create a data model, and then we can refer that to ask it to create a UI. So we will be going into two different space. One is Stitch, and another is our. So Stitch I use very heavily. If you see, these are the different UIs that I have created. So I'll just bring them up. Where is my gone? Yeah. So these are all UIs that you are looking at. This is what is all generated by AI, right? So, and it takes 1 minute or 2 minutes to generate your entire UI. And we will see what we have just talked about, how much time this takes. So it created, this is something different. Okay, we will come over here. Okay, this module is the foundations of the entire screen, and it created some collections data. We will actually not going into details about understanding these details, but I will first ask it, okay, okay, peoples are joining late. That's fine. Okay, I will say, can you create a UI for mockup? And before it does that, what I will be doing is I will just copy this information. So to copy something, there are certain tricks that we need to learn. So if you click on this copy, it will be copying everything in a MD format, and then I will hit enter, let it create, and I will be go and create a new projects, and where I'll say create a UI for the information given below. All right, so why I am talking about that, this is okay 3.0 Pro we are using, so it will be creating some UI. Now, if I come back to these slides, I'll talk about, this is what you can see. These are the different slides that we have. And each of these slides is created by AI. The idea I have just given, the content created by AI, the slides created by AI within few minutes. I mentioned that I had only 10 minutes to create that. So in this step 2, you need to design that, and that is what we are trying to do, that we are designing it. Now I have selected as a mobile app. When you are actually doing a new stage, I'll go into the tab right, and I forget to mention you that there is a switch that you can actually select. Over here, you can create a web app, and you can also paste it the same thing. Create a UI mockup from the below information. All right. Okay. So so there are 3 areas or 3 developers I have assigned now to Perplexity Assistant. I don't know what is this. So 3 developers I have assigned to generate the UI for me. So one is Gemini, and Gemini may have created something. The UI, I need to bring up the canvas, and let's see if it can bring a breakdown. Okay, it's actually have created a HTML file. I can taste that, but I'll say, okay, create a preview. And your ChatGPT can also be able to create this HTML. So let's see HTML viewer. You go into HTML viewer, and I will just paste that HTML to see how exactly that is rendering. So you can see on the right hand side, this is how it has built. Looks good. Who was having the idea, you can see how it can build some master profile data and define target persona based on whatever it has created. We actually have not spent on analyzing the requirement in details, but this is a high level UI it has created, right? Are you able to see this right hand side? This is one level of UI I got. This is the code it has generated. I can inject this code as it is. Now we'll come back to Stitch and see what Stitch has generated. You can see this is the mobile app UI it has created. If you are building it in mobile, are you able to see the screen?
Yeah.
It's just created in couple of minutes. Now, what I can use, how we can use that? You can see whenever you hover, there is a preview options. There is a more option. You can export. You can view the code. Now, what I will be doing with export? If you are doing with the export, I'll show you some of the vibe coding that I am using. That's called anti-gravity. And within my anti-gravity, which appears something like this, I will go into a dark mode because this is taking too much of time, too much of light colors. No. Now over here, this is all my code file for one of the projects. So I can actually inject that, just copy it in any of the file. For example, I want to do it for my front end area. Front end, I believe, I'm not talking about back end front end. And I can create wherever I want, create a new file and then paste it. I'll quickly see if I can change the quick settings panel or themes. I will go into color theme and something a dark color. Tokyo night, maybe. No, this is not that dark. It's themes. Color themes, anyone can suggest me a dark color? I think, yeah, dark. This one is good. Okay. All right. So you can see this is a mobile app it has created, and the desktop app also, it's still generating. It will taking some time. And Google Gemini have created this particular. So whatever we saw in, I'm getting an echo.
You can mute other participants.
All right. Okay. I think something was happened. So this is one of the area you can actually, this is actually sometimes you can ask it and generate LinkedIn bundle, or you can ask them and emphasize it. So this is, you can build it. Then I will be actually showing you a live applications, that a product application, how we can build a small features, because starting something randomly giving commands, it's creating it, it looks good. But think about a UI designer. I don't need a UI designer anymore, right? I can have my designer, the AI can build it for me, and I can actually look into the code. I can download the entire code. I just copy it and it's done. I can go into, look into this UI. It's just generated by AI. Where is, how I can zoom it? There should be something control. Yeah. All right. So over here, where is it? Yeah. So you can see it's already created. Now it's not only, this stitch is not only giving you that, there is an options, more view code, and I think there was a options where does that gone? Variations. So if you look into the variations, you can actually fine tune it. That okay, I want to access and vary on layout, color scheme, images, and generate variation. So it will be creating lots of variations for you. Or there is a YOLO mode. YOLO mode, it will be not asking you, it will be generating for you. You can see the master profile, how it will be looks like. The resume integrations, you can actually preview on mobile tab, how it will be looks like in mobile, or how it will be looks like in tab. You can actually define and then go into desktop. Okay, so now you are able to understand creating a UI is so easy, and the UI it creates is so fascinating. How much time it takes? 1 minute or 2 minutes, and you can integrate it as it is within here. Make sense so far? Questions? No? All right. So all who are UI designer, make yourself ready to generate it using these tools, because earlier you take 2 days, now you will be taking 2 minutes. All right, let's come back to the next page that I will be talking about. Where is my this gone? So step 3, vibe coding is managing AI's output, not writing code from scratch. So the sandbox, when we talk about vibe coding, there are multiple ways. There are lots of variation. In this webinar time, I may not be able to show you all of them, but I can quickly talk about what are the different variations are there. So few of you maybe heard about something called Lovable or V0. There are many different tools available over browser to do this kind of coding. Now what happen is, I will quickly show you some of them. So vibe coding is, you know setup, instant, great for demos and MVPs, and can handle massive enterprise apps. The workbench, the IDE, that's Cursor or Windsurf, those are pros, professional grade, and you have full control. And you need to install software. So what exactly we do, there is a 5 days workshop that we are about to start, where we will be going into end-to-end enter vibe coding, product variations, and deployments, how you can do that, because at some point of time you may be needing it. Now we will quickly look into my another browser where I have actually bookmarked all the AIs. So if I go into a new tab, let me go into a new tab and Dev and AI. So if I go for application building, there are developer tools. I have, these are the tools that we installed, but there is something called Tempo, Data Button. These are all different tools that you can use to do a vibe coding. Right. So I will quickly show you some of them. I think Lovable, everyone you might have heard about, where you can actually write code and you will build a product. But I am more aligned or something wants to do with something called, there are many, I will not be covering all of those names. You have Lovable, you have data buttons, and there are some V0 virtuals. There are many area. One thing, there is also Google Firebase as well. But one thing people are not talking about is called Google AI Studio. So what is Google AI Studio? You should be, there are many tools, means 100, 200 tools that I use, but I will be just talking about related to these area. So what are these? This is where you can build, right? So you can build many products, and these are the some products that I have recently viewed or built. So there is a crude AI UI generator. What I need to do, I need to give a table structure. This is what actually I have built, and it will create a UI for me. Or there are small apps that you want to create, right? So for example, PDF to website generator. You give a PDF, it will generate. So this is where you can actually create something. Now, this is the entire project it creates, right? So what exactly is this? This is a vibe coding as a sandbox or browser based. What is browser based? Because if you see, I have opened it in browser. Why it's not that powerful for professionals? Because whenever you are building a professional scale products, you need to have your own database. You need to have your own backend. You need to have your own front end. You need to have a complete control of the product. And that is where comes up tools like VS Code, Cursor, Windsurf, and the latest Google product is called Anti-Gravity. So if you are looking at this is Anti-Gravity. So this Anti-Gravity is a tool that you can have all those files. If you look into these files, this is my local machine files. It's not having anywhere cloud. So I have the control, complete control. I have my database right over here. If I look into my database, and for this one, I was working. Okay, so let's say this database, the entire database, I actually have created, and it's in my local machine. So if you see, this is my local host. So I have the complete control. Now, how I will be doing the sharing? You can use GitHubs, that how you collaborate with the other teams. Now, what exactly these tools does, we will be demonstrating and creating something, and I can actually start this by dev. If these are all my previous prompt that's coming up. Okay, we will start it a little later. All right, so this is your one area. You can actually do that. Also, you can spend time on Google Firebase. So Google Firebase Studio is something where you can actually give command and you can create your own product, get direct access to Gemini 3 Pro preview with Firebase AI logic. You can spend some time, but we are not doing it over here because this is good for students or someone who have little interest, wants to have fun to create products. You can use that. But if you really wants to create a production ready professional applications, you must go through all of these tools. You can see this is my cursor at the screen. I have my Visual Studio. I have Visual Studio Normal, Anti-Gravity. There are something called TRAE, T-R-A-E, that many people use. And there is another concept called CLI. CLI is command-based prompt. For example, I want to use Gemini within my code. I can actually use that. I'm just touching every point so that you know what are the possibilities. And I can actually write Gemini right over here. So it will be starting my Gemini Gemini code assistants right within my code base. Or if I want to do something on Claude, I think Claude will also work. CLAUDE. Claude is from Anthropic. So Claude will also open, and I need to authenticate it. Otherwise, it's not running. So there are many different LLMs or code gens like Anthropic. We have Google, we have ChatGPT. I believe everyone you heard or follow news is recently Gemini's 3.0 Pro is actually ranked higher than Claude and ChatGPT. ChatGPT declared code red across their organization because they were earlier as the number one. Now Google moved into number one. So there is a AI race going on the larger organization. We are just using them wherever we found it useful for our need. All right. So over here, we will be building something. I will just quickly complete these slides, and then we will be going into the next steps. So the new QA is a vibe check for a logic, not the syntax errors, right? So AI will not be leaving any syntax error. You need to check the functionalities. There are many testers. They says, okay, I am a quality QA resource. We don't need it anymore. Why we need a QA resource? Because the AI can create their test script, AI can run the test script, AI can execute and give you the result. Maybe I needed some people who can actually understand QA and configure the AI so that they can do that. So I don't need 10 QA, maybe 1 or 2 QA is sufficient with AI knowledge. So are you not looking for syntax error? The AI rarely makes those. You are looking at logical errors, right? So that is what we need going forward. I don't need too much of people who can do coding, but I know 1 or 2 people who understand coding, but they know how to leverage AI. That is what the primary area that we need to work on. So quick comparisons will looking about choosing your fast tools depends on your goal, a quick MVP for a complex app. So based for Bolt or new lovable, Cursor or Windsurf, ChatGPT, what you will be using for what purpose. If you are actually doing vibe coding, I will always go for none of these because these are commonly known in the Google search or something. That's why I mentioned that you will be able to relate it. But in reality, what happens is when we will be using, I use mostly VS Code with some plugins on top of that. So what is VS Code? I'll just open the VS Code to show you how it appears and how it looks like. So you may be heard about something called DeepSeek. Anyone heard about DeepSeek?
Yes,
No?
the Chinese app.
Yeah. So there are many plugins that you can use. So if you look into my chat history, new in V3, okay, that's fine. These are the different chat histories I had made, and it was all you can see. This is the communications with my AI agent, so they can actually do the coding. And I will show you some of the example how it exactly work, and we will see how they write code for you. And then over here, what exactly I was talking about, the client. Within client, these are the plugins. Actually, this is Microsoft VS Code. On top of that, this is one plugins that I have installed, and you can actually select the LLM or the model that you will be using. Now, going forward, what happens is our computer is not that strong infrastructure heavy. Otherwise, you can actually deploy the AI model within your system, and very soon you will see every computer is actually having AI powered. If you see recently NVIDIA, they have launched one desktop. They call it as a NVIDIA Spark. Not readily available in India, but US that is already launched and people are buying it. Though that's I think 4,000 USD, but it's a very powerful machine for all this work that we are talking about. All right, let's come back and we will be looking into some of that. Mastering AI development follows 4 golden rules for communication. Rule 1, context is the king. The AI does not know what you want, that blues, unless you says blue, right? You says better, AI will not be able to understand. So one feature at a time. Don't ask for Facebook and ask for the login page, then the feed, then the links. One feature at a time, because the context window is very important, because you cannot have the entire product built in one prompt. There are ways of that, but we will talk about that later. But to start, think about one prompt, one functionalities. And English is the syntax. So what is the best programming language today? English. If you know English, Python or Java or HTML doesn't matter. Your English will do that, right? So be specific. Don't say make it better. You say make the buttons rounded with 2px border and change the font to enter. More specific that you want. Now, at some point of time, if I am a product manager, I may not be knowing, okay, what is 2pxl or what is a border, what is rounded border, how to say the font name. In that case, you can take a screenshots of any of the existing websites or go to Pinterest, take the screenshot and says, okay, make it this way. They will read that screenshot and design it the same way, right? So one feature at a time, and then undo button is your friend. If AI breaks your code, just revert and try a different prompt. And we will be quickly do a demonstrations to find out how it works actually. So build a live app in next 30 minutes. We will build a pet setting platform from scratch and we will use bolt.new or we can use an empty screen. This is what you can do. This I will leave it for you. I will be doing a demonstration with something new. First, let me show you uh, a working application and then what's my need is. And based on that need, we will be building or making the changes and then we'll see how exactly that comes up. So give me one moment to bring that up. Any questions, anyone? In the meanwhile, no? Are you having fun? Boring? Okay. All right, so let's go in. Okay, so this is one of the tools that I am talking about. So over here, and AI also will able to create your documentation. So some point of time you may be thinking, okay, who will build or AI is building today? How do I know what is happening tomorrow? For that, AI will also be able to build your documentation. So Google is coming up with something called Google Wiki. So you just give the GitHub repository, it will continuously read that and make a documentations whenever a code change. So there are many things. So this is one of the application. I will start the server from here. So this one is which one? Okay. I will change to a different folder, open the current folder that I will be. So as you can see over here, these are all the products that right now I'm building. So I'll be showing some demonstration on a product called this one. I will just open that. So it will open the code base of that particular one. And over here, right side, this one is my anti-gravity. Anti-gravity is a IDE based tool. This is developed by Google. And Google, this is a Google's product and you will be able to write prompt right over here. So to write a prompt, how we will be writing a prompt, that is what I wanted to show you. So first I need to start the server so that I can see the application in the running application. Okay. So let's the application start running and I will be opening, I think it's open somewhere. Okay. Anyway, so when you started the application, I'll just make little font size bigger so that you can read it, what exactly came up over here. So it says, okay, your application is started and you can go into this to check that 5173. So to test that, what I will be doing is I will be going into these particular sites and see if it is working. So it's working. This is what I have built. And it's actually a little bigger because my monitor is little bigger. So there are multiple login. I will be logging in with, let's say, some of the customers, and I can click on authenticate. Okay, my application loaded. This is what I am building, right? So over here, you look into some of the functionalities and you might tell me, okay, this is, I think, an important area that you can build. So this is an asset where anyone can add their asset directories right over here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let me show you in this way. So this is one of the area, and when I'm building, I realized, okay, these are the folders. Within folders, I can add, but how I will be, there is something missing in this functionality, that I know that these are all the product, but if I mistakenly created this file in some folder, I need to have something to move to a different folder, right? That functionalities I need, right? That is not there, and I need to build it. So this particular functionality does not require any database changes though, but it's a UI changes. So let's do a small changes, then we'll go into little more complex things, and we'll build it entirely. So all these modules that we're looking at, I'll be building a new module, and you can see how exactly that comes up. So I will ask some of from you and guide me. Okay, if I really wants to implement that, how do you want to have that? There will be some button over here, or what you wants to have, so that if I select that, it will show a small pop-up to list down all the folders, and I will be able to list down the folder over there. What do you think? Anyone? No? Am I audible? Okay, so let me do it then my way. I am not sure whether you are there. So how I will be setting up the context? I will first copy this URL, because this is what the route my code knows. And I says, okay, this is the page I am working on. The folder is working now. Why I'm saying folder is working now? Because I remember my previous command was building that folder option is working now. I want a small functionality, FUNCTION functionality, to add a button in the card or list. So what is card or list? What you are seeing it in a block, this is my card, and if I go into a list, this is my list view. So I want that one card or list view, some button or some folder. I want a small function to add a button or icon in the card or list view, so that when clicked, it shows the folders in context menu with tree structure, so that with tree structure, the heading of the context menu should be move to. All right, on selecting any folder, the object or asset, what I'm talking about, each file is an asset, should move to that folder. Right? Are you clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now there are some of these tools, they have an AI prompt enhancer. Anti-gravity doesn't have. We will show you once you will come into that workshops. Maybe we'll go into much detail. So that particular prompt enhancer is actually read your prompt, read your code, and enhance the prompt with more context specific. But anyway, so for now, we will be just execute it and let's see what it does. So I have executed. Now it will be start generating or looking into my code. Okay. So I am thinking about, so it's doing something. You keep an eye on that, because some point of time it may make some mistakes, and it will ask some question as well. So I am answering those questions or asking for permissions. I'll be giving those permissions.
Audrey, can you upload a URL and ask it to duplicate certain application that you has already been in existence and have it modify it?
You update the URL and you want to create a new website same as that URL. Is that what you are asking?
Yeah, there's something like that, or I wanted to modify it. So
yeah, it can be done. You can do that. But again, what I'm saying that whenever you are asking AI to do a large job, you need to be vigilant that what is ignored, what is not done. So you may ask it to create an entire website. It will very easily create a copy or clone of the entire website. Then you may need to do a fine tuning based on looking into every features. So so when AI is actually doing something, what I actually do, I use multiple of these windows and 3-4 products. I give one command here, another command over here, another command over here. So continuously 3 or 4 AI agents start developing. You need to do a little context switching. Whoever come from Agile, you might have understood, or you might be believing the terms that, okay, finish first approach, don't do multitasking. But I do over here because otherwise I will be wasting my time till the time AI is working. So AI is still working something over here, and digital asset handler go, it's actually creating something. Once it will be done, I will be just rebuilding it. And to rebuild that, I will just kill all the processes and restart the process, let it complete.
Niladri, I think I am a little bit lost. When you mentioned like 3 things that you're doing, I thought that I saw you doing like run command and then it generated all of them and then you're checking meanwhile, right?
No,
If it's asking
what
for
I
more,
mentioned, typically when I do, I work 3-4 commands at the same time. Right now I'm doing one.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah. So
Got
that's
it.
my practices. So when, because you need to very cautious about switching of your mind. This product is for something different, another window is for some different product. You need to be very aligned. You may make mistakes. That is why in Agile we used to teach don't do multitasking. But if you think you can handle it, go for that. Some people can do 2 windows at a time, some people 3 windows. You think about, I will suggest when you are starting, go with 1 window. Make your make yourself strong enough so that you will be able to get more interest and out of the context, because this one is taking time, because this is my first command after restarting. It's actually generating the whole code context. All right, so it says grape accept. Okay, I will be accepting something. So over here there are many tools. You can see they are actually doing it on their own way of interactions. Someone, you will see the code is changing right over here. This one is doing behind the scene, and this is actually asking for accept or reject. So if you go into this particular file, digital asset.tss, you will see some changes happened. I am just allowing it right now. The first prompt after restarting, it takes little more time, and let's see if it has make some changes that may ruin my existing code. If it does, let's see if it has any options added or not. I am not seeing any option yet. Okay, it will confirm once it is done. It may give me a confirmation.
terminology, what was the tool that you mentioned that's in the US that's for $4,000? What's the name of that tool?
Now that's not a tool, that's a device. It's called NVIDIA's Spark.
NVIDIA
DX,
Spark. Thank you.
DG Spark or DX Spark. You found it?
Not yet. I'm looking.
Because this is a small injections I am doing, very small functionality, but the next I will be showing you creating a full-fledged module or a full-fledged screen, backend, front end, and bringing up in the screen and see now user can click on the move icon on the assist and either view. So let's see if it's come up. Now I'll just accept all the changes and let's see. Okay, before seeing it, always what we need to do, we need to close this, Control C, and then there is a script I already have written down to kill all the running process so that my memory will be clean and start fresh. So I'll kill it and then I will start it once again. So once it is started, I can go back successfully, database connected, and 5173 is running. All right, so I will just quickly refresh and let's see if it appears anywhere. Anyone able to see? I actually have not asked where it is. We need to read it. I am actually in little, I have not, oh, okay. You can see there is an icon coming up here in the center, which was earlier not there. Okay, let's click on it. Okay, so it will show, wow. So you can move it to any folders. Let's give it a try. So I'll go into the social media, Instagram, and I will add a new folder. Tell me some social media apart from LinkedIn, Facebook, and Insta. What do we have? Anyone? Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Any other social media network that you use? No one use? All right. TikTok, okay. So this is what I am doing a testing. So I created this. Now if I go back to my home over here and if I click anything, does it show TikTok? Yes, it's showing TikTok. So how much time it took to build that, and think about, you will be asking your developer to build it, right? Are you able to understand what exactly we are talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Now I will be showing you another area. I will be logging in the same application, but this time I will be using a different ID to log in. So I will be logging in with, let's say, with this one. Okay. So this is an admin part. Over here, what I need to do, I will just quickly show you what exactly this does, and then we will be talking about. I have a module registry, and where I actually create lots of modules. I will just quickly group by and see, okay, module categories, digital asset is there, and marketing shoots, task management, organization settings. So first thing I will be doing is, I want to create something. Whenever I think you already using AI, you write prompt. When you write a prompt to AI, it asks for different personas, that as a this, as a this, as a this. So what I want to create one master for industries, right? What are the different industries we may have? And then we will be creating the personas based on those industries. So over here, I have some master data, common marketing shoots, and organization settings. So we have some organization settings. I will go into a system space and administration, system setting, organization management, system builder. Okay, so in system builder, in AI space, this is one AI model that I have. In AI space, I will be creating something AI personas. For the AI personas, I need industries. industry-wise AI personas. So what I will be doing, I will start doing my research and then I will be coming up with building that product, right? So I'll go into Google Gemini. I'll start a new chat. And what I will be doing is that, okay, I am, so you always mention who you are, right? I am building a multi-tenant application for AI based business automation from it has two primary. This is what I am doing right now. Can anyone tell me? This is what I am setting up the context, because what I am talking about, this window does not know. So I can give them. So it has two primary persona. One is super admin, another is organization, and S organizations. I want to create a master table for all industry, like healthcare, infrastructure, real estate, Now see the step-by-step activity, how I am actually going towards, though there are, I will be skipping few of the steps because I need to respect the time that we have blocked for. So I will first ask, can you give me list of all the possible industries with some description and details for master data. Okay, so what it is doing, it's doing, though I can actually normally when I do, I will be selecting research or deep research or guided learning. Guided learning is RAG, that you says, okay, you take this book and then generate it from here. So for a multi-tenant AI automation, it says, okay, propose master data scheme, industry data, sector, industry name, description, AI context tags, critical. Okay, all right. So it given healthcare and life system, and it's still generating. You can see it's generating the data. But is this way you can actually get all those data and apply within your this? Would you like me to generate a JSON or SQL script? How many industry it has created? Professional services, energy and utility, real estate, technology, telecommunication, manufacturing industry, financial services, real estate, healthcare. I think we can start with this. It says, okay, okay, great. Create a PostgreSQL PostgreSQL script for this, including proper index as master data. Okay, then give me the insert query. Okay, so what it will be doing, this will generate a script. So how I will be using that script. I know I have a database. I will be run that script in the database, so my data will be ready. And once the data is ready, my system will be able to interact with it. So it says, okay, this is a master industries, and it created indexes, and then this is all the insert it is giving. Great. And always review. So you always review that, okay, what is it's creating? Will it be make sense for you? Will it create any conflict with your existing pattern or not. That is what is important. And this is what I can see. It's mostly all okay. BFSI banking, retail and commercial banking service, that's fine. And how to use that, that's fine. So how I will be using that, there is a database that I already have created, and I will be just going into some of these area. This is, I will talk about that, but I am just running this query so that it will be generated, and I will place this. Great, this data structure is created, and I'll just insert this data. If you are technical or non-technical, you just need to understand that this is the data I am creating, generated by AI. So this data, the basic data I have created. Great. Now, what I will be doing, I need to have an UI with this data that I will be showing. So I will copy this one and go to my Stitch. I will be opening the same product one. I'll go back to my projects that I was actually using, asset category, master profile, or I can actually create a new one. And I'll go with web. I am building a master data for industries. The details are as below. Can you create a UI for CRUD, crude functionality? Anyone can tell me what is full form of crude? Okay. All right. So I will ask Stitch to create the UI for me, and in the meanwhile, what I will be doing is this one is not the one. I will be coming up over here. Now, when I was running that, what I need to do, if I am creating it, let's think from a product manager's point of view that I want to give an industry section within my organization, right? So when the organization will log in, where do you want to have that listing of the industry? I have, for example, digital asset administration. I think through administration I can do that. You tell me where do you want to have that in this menu section. These are the primary menus, and under which primary menus I will be having that. Let's see. Anyone? Okay, I'll go with administration, where I can have one option for industries or manage industries. So I already have built up the system in a way so that whenever I will be adding it over here, it will be coming up right in the menu. So I'll quickly, in the meanwhile, AI is generating there. I will be just creating the master space in the system space. I will go into my system builder, not system builder, administration, and system settings. I'll be creating something, for example, industry masters. Okay, and some code I need to provide. So I can say sys underscore inds underscore mst, and the module is required that where do you want to have this open in our application. So I say sys, no, this, yeah, I think this is admin oblique industries, industries. Okay, and let me save this. So this is one of the module I have created. I want sys underscore industry underscore masters, masters, and then under that what functionalities or features you want. So I will be just creating few of them. This is, you don't need to learn this. This is my application functionalities because I need to enable that. Otherwise, the new features that I will be building will not be coming in the menu. So I'm just giving one area permission code. For example, for every functionalities, I need to give sys dot ind industries system.industries industries.menu. So what exactly these functionalities will do, I'll just quickly mention. List in menu, that's okay, list in menu, industry master list in menu. So whether it will be listed in menu, this is a functionalities, you don't need to learn that. So this is what I have created, and I may add one more area, that sys.__view, so that open page of industry, master. Okay, that's fine. So ultimately what will happen, once I have created that, if I go into my roles, manage roles, these are module, different modules. Where is my role? Team permissions, access, admin, users, role permission, super admin. I will give those new. Actually, let me change the color. It's too dark. I'll go with some white colors. Super admin, and this application that you are looking at, it's totally built by AI. And how AI is building, I will be just demonstrating one part of that. Okay, so over here, I think I need to go with something is missing. Yeah, this one. These two we just have created. I need to update that. All right, so I will be sign out and sign in, so that the new permissions that I have created will be listing it out here. So administration, you can see industry master is coming up, but once I will click on that, the site can't be reached because we have not built the functionalities. So we already created that, and whenever you will be clicking in this industry masters, this admin is coming up something different. Why? Because if you click on asset, it's coming up /admin/assets category. So what was wrong? The wrong is, if you go into module categories or feature explorer, I'll go with module feature explorer, system administration, and industry master. I'll just edit the slash I have given is wrong. That's why it's not coming up properly. Save. All right, I just make a refresh. Project access and industry master. Okay, now it's coming up page not found in a pretty nice way. Let's see what our AI has created. Stitch. Okay, great. And you can tell me whether you like it or not. This is the industry master industries list of all industries it has created, and this is add new industry. When you are adding it, it's already created that UI, and then this is edit. All right, so this is okay. I will be let's start with this one, and these are list of industries. That's fine. So what we need to do, we will be writing the prompt, and let's see how we can write the prompt now. So typically what happens is, when you need to give a detailed prompt to AI, I always write it in the notepad so that I can make mistakes, change it, drag and drop whatever I want to do. So I will be in my Mac, I will be using Sublime. So in Sublime, you can see there are lots of other tabs I have opened. Just I will be opening. Okay, so I want to create a new module. I want to create a new module that is for industry master. Okay, so it will open at, where is the path you want it to be open? So if I look into my browser, it should be open at what path? This is the path. So I will say, okay, generate it so that it will open it over here. Okay, now I need to give some context of what the database it will be. The database is as below. The database table, because I need to give the context, otherwise it may make mistakes. Okay. So I will be giving, okay, this one is not having the full query. I will just go for the select query. Where is that select query gone, by the way? The create is missing. Or I can actually take it from here if I just refresh. And industry master. Anyone able to see the industry master list here? A, B, C, D, F. Master industries. Okay, great. And if I go into properties, I will go into the DDL. I'll just quickly copy that and we'll paste it right over here so that my AI know what will be the table structure. Okay, permission. Apply these permissions because I need to have, no one should be or everyone should not be able to open the page. So sys start, what was the permissions I had created? We will be using that feature explorer system, and if I go into administration industry master, this is the permission. Okay, so to open the page, and then I say create to create new and edit to edit existing. Standard STNDARD. So I already have actually created a standard for this. So over here, if you see this agent, and this is the standard that I already have created, what to do, what not to do. So I can right click, copy relative path, and standard is here. So you can find it. Now I will say what else is missing. UI as attached. I will attach that. Special is SPECI, special note. Maintain consistency. Use same look and feel. Use MU material. Some technical I am using that maybe once you will go more deeper, you will be able to understand. Use MU material tooltip text. Use toast standard message, STNDA and the standard message format, etc. Okay. So now this is my entire prompt that I have written, and this prompt I will be giving it. Okay. What I have missed, I need to see, there are two ways I can actually give that. One way is I can actually download this code, export this code or view code. You can actually export and zip file or jewels or AI Studio, wherever you want to export it, you can export that. Or you can actually view code and download this entire code, or simply you can take a screenshot and master this. Control C. I'll just go, where does that con? Copy image. I'll go over here. Control V. So one image I have attached, and then I will be going for another image. Control C, Control V, add new, Control. I'll just take a screenshot like this. Need help, industry comes under follow the ISO standard, define error, that's fine. Okay, this one is it didn't work to copy. I need to copy it once again. Control C. So this is what I am trying to do, is bringing all the scattered information into a concrete application, right? So I have given this information, and I will also be giving industry, software, enterprise, that's fine. This is editor industry. and I can actually have that. Okay, it's again not copying. I will just make it little this type. Copy. Now I have pasted it, and I will also mention keep the add edit keep the add edit option in right side DRAW drawer instead of modal. So instead of showing it as a top of the screen, just have a sliding drawer instead of a sliding drawer. So use the material endpoint and the right side sliding drawer. All right. So let's see what it does. Now AI will come into picture. I have given for one particular area, I have given, okay, this is my entire need. So if you remember, when I have given this information, two informations that I have mentioned, that these are the permissions you need to follow, that sys.industries.create to create a new industry, and sys.industries.edit industries to edit. But these permissions I have not created yet. So I will be creating those permissions in my application, otherwise it will not work. So where is the sections? Over here only, these particular features. I will be just adding two permissions simply. I'll go here and I will just copy this and say create new industry. And I will just create save, and then I will be adding one more. Edit existing industry. All right, so I have added these two of them, and so that I will be able to use them whenever I want. I will quickly give the permissions, team, roles and permission. Oh, access denied. Why? I need to sign out, roles. Oh, there is some changes already it has started doing, so my backend may be not working. So let it complete. I think it's already doing something. You can see your AI is in action mode. I will just bring it little bigger. It's actually making the code changes. Is it interesting, guys?
Yes, very.
Okay.
Yes, it's good.
So think about what is happening today, because many people actually don't see the power of AI. They are stuck into ChatGPT, Gemini, what they are doing, prompt and returning. There are many ways. I have not actually didn't got a chance to talk about how you can build an entire DevOps pipeline within 10 minutes. You will be able to build everything. You can build any kind of automation within 5 to 10 minutes. So there are AI voice agents that you can build using AI. So that will replace receptionist, that will do your pre-sales. There are many ways you can actually do that. Last 1.5 years, I am actually spending my time on doing all research. You might have saw that I'm not doing much trainings, because I was actually learning what is new, what are the potentials, and that's why I was not doing much training. I have started doing training on this AI space. I think few of you earlier wanted to go for this 5 days workshop that I was talking about on how you can actually become expert on doing these. That's 5 days workshop is for that only, so that you know each and every part, you will be one step ahead of what other people are doing in the industries, and you can build your app. You will be get more curious questions in your mind to explore yourself, and you there are lots of advantages as AI is actually bringing up all of those. Whoever interested, you can actually let me know. We will be starting that full-fledged 5 days practical workshop. Why I'm doing it there? Because this is December. Many organizations have those pressure little low. So, okay, it's done and you may able to do that. So the module is now accessible. Admin industries for user with the appropriate permission. The implement. Okay, let's see if it's work or not. So I first need to go into my module section. Where are those module section? I need to add this permission. And what is missing? These two permissions were missing. Create new industries. All right, save changes. And then I will just sign out and sign in because we have created a new permissions. All right, so industries, where are those industry masters? There is some errors coming up now. What we will be doing, why this error is coming up? Because we have not switched or restarted our server. So I'll quickly kill all those ports and then we will restart the server. So let's see if it comes back. And I'll just quickly refresh this so it may come up with the data. You can see the data is coming up. This is what we have entered. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
So I will be adding few more enhancement. Okay, it's coming at the right side drawer. As you can see, I asked it, an industry code and hospital and all those. So what changes I need? I want one options to give me a group by options by sector, right? And so that I can actually define by sector and industry name, medical devices, biotechnology, and I can actually add any of them. And I can actually go into all. Okay, this there is a filter though, but I can have a group by option. So for example, if I go into transportations, there is nothing there. Education, no result there. Okay, retail is there. Okay. All right. So few things you can actually add it yourself, but I will go back. I will say, okay, do one thing, make it as a group by options and also give me a list view and card view options. Okay. So what I want to do, I says, okay, it's working now. It's working now. Can you add one more functionality like list view and card view toggle and a group by option on sector? In the meantime, it's working. What I will be doing is I realize there are some data missing for this industry, transportations or telecommunications, or do we have finance, retail, and technology, manufacturing. I don't have anything for real estate, right? Okay, so where I will be going, I'll come here and I says on conflict, it's services. It's created not, okay. I think I am missing. I am missing real estate sector and many other industries are missing from your insert query. Why I'm doing that? Though I'm giving a functionality so that user can add it, but I can have this bulk inserted by Google so that I don't need to spend time. I can delete it any time. Professional services, do we have something? Professional services, technology. So I have professional services, but is the filter working? So let's see if I search by professionals. No, okay, this one is actually filter by sector is not coming from what sectors we have, right? Okay, so there is one big found that big issues we found is this filter by sector is actually coming from our data or not. And I want to have this by professional services. That one is also not coming back. And I will be just updating more record from Google. I insert is ERT. We will insert query. Please add the next insert query to fill up the gap. All right, so over here, what I'm doing is I will be asking Gemini to create more of them. And in the meanwhile, over here, once it is done, I will be asking this AI to create a document for me that what are there and how to use it. I will show you the group of familiar. Okay, this one is done. Is the filter of sector is coming from our database or is it hard-coded? Because let's see what it shows. Is the filter of sector is coming from a database or is it hard-coded? Let's see what it shows.
Sir, I have just one question because
Yeah.
I just entered the session a little bit late, but just one question. Maybe all of us we have joined here, maybe aware of these things. Instead of writing this prompt, can we use any sort of voice detection app? Because I'm also trying to use it, and for me it's working pretty amazing. So can we like use that option here?
See, voice detection app, there are extensions that provided by the IDE. This IDE, so when we talk about IDE, primarily what happened, Microsoft have its own VS Code. Now VS Code is open source. So if you think about Cursor, Windsurf, or this particular anti-gravity, they took VS Code and code on top of that. So few organizations or few tools, they may support your what it is called voice detection. Now, if you are using Mac has its own way through keyboard. You can type, means from microphone you can type and it will be typing. So all operating, this is your system level application. So your operating system will help you on do that. Because operating system, you have a microphone and your OS can actually converting it. You don't need a very hi-fi AI to convert voice to text. Those are inbuilt. It may require, so if you go through browser, Chrome have that functionality. So Chrome may need it. So similarly, your operating system, you need to define it and it will be able to do that. I think I have done that earlier because many times what happened is,
sir, there was the app called Whisper Flow and Super Whisper, which is pretty expensive, and it has like per month subscription plan, and even I was using it for a couple of months.
Yeah,
but
there
then
are a few more like that. They give initially, I think 70 minutes or something free.
But now I found something very exceptional, which is called Voice Inc. Maybe you can also try, sir. It's just $25 lifetime, and then whatever we want to do it irrespective of even we are using it within IDE or any other things. We just want to move our cursor and then we can just simply tell that. Why I did not ask this question, because I thought like you may tell this after like section, but that's why I just asked you.
Okay, no, I have not used Voice Inc. or any of them because, yeah, why I don't actually use it when I actually write a prompt, I need to do lots of copy paste from different places. Like sometimes for a context, I pick some SQL data, somewhere the database script, sometimes some error window. And that's why if I just start speaking, I cannot take the big console window over there. But if you, but that's still because useful if you are just starting, if you are giving initial commands, you will be able to do that. Okay, backend edit the sector filter initially used hardware list. I now have updated. Okay, great. So what I will be doing is I will be just quickly kill this process and start that. We'll go back to Gemini, and I can see Gemini have give a little bigger list. Okay, I'll copy it. I will go back to my database, and over here I will be running it. All right, so I'll just insert that. All right, now I will be going back to my app. Is it developed? So I'll just refresh it. All right, all sectors, I can see this one, agriculture, BFSI, and I will see real estate. All right, so these are all real estate. I can see this task. This is also have came up. Group by sector, and I'll remove the filters. So agriculture, BFSI, banking, fintech, all of them coming up. I want to see 50 records. Okay, all of them are coming up. So you see how exactly it's work. So one new module I have just created within few minutes. And this one, if you ask your developer to build, they may take 3 days. And every organization has started adopting the way that we are building. Now think about, if you are not doing it today, tomorrow, if I am running an organization and I want to hire someone, so think about any organizations, I will be looking for people who can actually do that, because these people will be able to build 3 weeks work or 1 week's work in 1 day. Now think from, okay, Scrum Masters, what we will be doing, because I have observed that many Scrum Masters are coming and asking, okay, is there something AI for Scrum Master? Why you wants to be stick as a Scrum Master? Because if AI is there, think about what is the key purpose of a Scrum Masters or Agile coaches. To streamline the process, right? So that you can bring harmony within the team, you can apply the process, you can bring up transparency so that everyone can look into that. Now, if AI started doing that, AI is creating the report, AI is actually publishing all the data, do you think that the demand of a Scrum Masters will be still there? So you need, see, as of now, there are many AI coming up who is acting as a Scrum Master. They can actually looking into that. They are offline sending message to all the members, capturing what they are looking into the database through RAG. So you need to first find out, okay, what you can do. This is the easiest shift for anyone to ideate and start doing the development. You can be, and over here, if don't think that I am a backend developer, I am a front-end developer, I am a QA, forget about that. You need to be a idea you will be someone who can convert ideas to reality, right? So product developer, not a coder, or not something that you will say, okay, I just do that backend, front-end. You saw that one idea that I had, that I need to have an industry master, and how fast I can actually create an industry master. So if you, I don't see that you will be able to see that this is one of my task list. So I have list of these masters that I need to create. I may be needing half an hour. Similarly, every organizations will be started thinking about it. People, a few organizations are asking the people to use Microsoft Copilot. Microsoft Copilot, why they are asking Microsoft Copilot? Because there is a push between, from the big companies, because Microsoft is pushing the organizations for the adoption. But Microsoft Copilot, from my experience, is not that good. Even GitHub Copilot is also not that good. If you think about the best coding tools as of now, go with Anthropic or go with Gemini. That's all what we actually teach on those workshops. So I'll not be taking much more time over here. You are already on that workshops, already in the WhatsApp group. Whoever is interested, you can ping me so that I can actually talk about more on whoever is interested on that workshops. This will be a 5 days workshops where you will be learning from each and every steps, the good practices, the good tools, how you can deploy it, how you can generate code, because as of now I am doing coding. If there are 5 people working on the same project, how your code will be shared with others, that is generated by AI, all those we will be learning. And after that 5 days, whoever is joining, you will be market ready and actually demonstrate the same way I was doing. All right, anyone have any questions?
Yes, Nadri. Governance. I mean, if we're going into a company and offering to build a product for them, how do we manage or how do we engage the conversation of governance with
So
as far as what they need? So because they want certain controls around, you know, what has access, what has built their tools, and how the tools are being managed and updated iteratively. So how do we have that conversation, and what should we talk about in regards to that?
No, I'm still trying to understand your questions. You are talking about how do you primarily involve on those pre-sales conversations, or what you will be generating to maintain or control the product. I didn't got that. It means where exactly?
How do we engage in that conversation, because it's probably going to come up at some point as far as governance, before we start building something that doesn't work in their environment because of the certain, you know, protocols or certain governance that they currently have or need or should have. So I think I want to be able to have that conversation effectively with them.
See, you need to understand that whatever you are building, you need to have that strong understanding that what you will be delivering, how you can secure your product. Because over here, this particular application, what we are looking at, it's not just building this application. There are many underlying things that you need to understand, how you can make your application secure, how you can enable your captcha or translate that we use, how you can encrypt your data, how you will be keeping backend and front end separate, how you can actually encrypt your communications coming through your API responses that can only application manage and no one can inject it or hijack it, how you can define rate limits. There are multiple different approaches that we always apply for making your application secure. So if you're thinking about a secure point of time, how your application will be secure. Now, if you are talking about the pre-sales or you are talking with a company, they have a particular need, you first understand what they wants as an automations or automated solution. Any applications, we can build it, because we have that developer as an AI. They are much more smarter than a 20 years experienced developer, right? And you have that backbone, they will be develop it. You just understand what their need is and you say, okay, this will be done. And you may always portray that, okay, I'm not the technical person, we will consult with the technical team and we'll answer your questions, whatever you need. But that communication is something different. That is more going into a your sales terms. Whenever you are going, we can actually have that discussion, more details on offline. From this webinar point of view, whatever we have learned, any questions anyone have?
Thank you.
I mean, when I joined this webinar, when I initially saw this webinar information, I was also expecting what could be the tech stack you are going to use, and I believe from my point of view, even you are already using the most advanced like tech stack, because even anti-gravity is not very old enough, and if you are using anti-gravity within 2 weeks of age, means I believe like it's almost up to the date of tech stack. The last question from my side would be are you going to disclose the workshop cost, or should I need to
Yeah, so
contact you?
typically what happen is this will be kind of a 45,000 for 5 days, and this will be this December only we will be doing. Because, see, normally, I don't know whether we have interacted earlier or not. I was purely into a training, guys. Now, based on what I am developing, I will be moving towards more into a product-based, guys, but product-based person. But till the time when I spend 1.5 hours, 1.5 years, I learned many things, and those are the things I want to share as a training, because some bug is there inside me that you will learn it, you share with. But as I am not publish this product into market, I am not giving training. I also need something to run as a solution of my earning. And that's why I'm just giving or running this training for this December. Maybe I will be doing in January, I'm not sure. Once this product are live, there are 5 different products we are actually building, and we will show you during that session. And the going forward, my goal is whoever is actually joining that workshops, if they wants to be doing it for a longer time on those product development, they can join us and continue their journey. Or if they want, they will be doing their own, they need my support throughout the development, that can also be possible. That okay, you want to do something, you got stuck somewhere because what you saw, that is not the that is main interesting part that may interest you, but there are many things that you need to define your infrastructure, you define your where you will be deploying, you will be defining your GitHub, you will be creating the DevOps pipeline, you will automatic testing, automation testings will be coming up. There are many jobs you will be writing. You need to define your N8N workflow or whatever you use, make.com. You need to integrate them. How you will be doing that? Because as of now, until you are not doing it, it may sound very complex. But once you jump into the mud, you see, okay, this is my cup of tea. It's not anything, okay, it's too tough or something very complex. So if anyone, you can do that. All right, any questions, anyone?
Thank you so much, Niladri. We could see the passion in you. It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Niladri.
Yep, thank you.
Great
All right,
information.
then.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. All right, okay. So we will be stopping it here today, and whatever informations you may need, we will be sharing you once this recording is there. The recording, I may put it into the WhatsApp group that we have, okay? All right, great. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
So,
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Niladri.
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.